This video is on writing linear equations in slope-intercept form. Recall that the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line is y equals mx plus b, where m is the slope of the line and b is its y-intercept. We can write the equation of a line in this form if we are given the slope and the y-intercept, or the slope and any point on the line, or any 2 points on the line. Let's take a look at several examples here. First one says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of -3/4 and a y-intercept of 7. So the slope is my m, my y-intercept is my b, so I'm just going to plug those into y equals mx plus b, and I get y equals -3/4 x plus 7. That's the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of -3/4 and a y-intercept of 7. Our next example says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of 2/3 and passes through the point 9, 2. Okay, so 9, 2 is not my y-intercept. That's not my b, so I can't just plug it in. But I do know that this is an x on the line, and I do know that this is a y on the line. So I can use my form of the equation, y equals mx plus b, and I can plug in my y-coordinate for y. I'm going to plug in my slope for m, and I can plug in my x-coordinate for x, because what I don't know is b. Now I have an equation that I can solve for b and figure out what b is. So 2 equals, and 2/3 times 9 is 6 plus b, and then subtracting 6 from each side, I get that b is -4. So my y-intercept is -4. So now I have enough information to write the equation y equals 2/3, that's my slope, x plus a -4, or I can just write that as -4. The next example says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the points -2, 13 and 3, -12. Well, in this case, I don't have either the slope or the y-intercept, but I can actually find both. Since I'm given 2 points, I know that I can find the slope using those 2 points. So I'm going to find my change in y, subtract my y's, so I'll do -12 minus 13. Over the change in x's, I'll subtract my x's, 3 minus a -2, and I'll make my minus a negative positive. That gives me -25 over 5, or a slope of -5. Now I don't know my y-intercept, but I can do this like I did the example up above. I'll use y equals mx plus b, because I know my m, I know my slope, and I actually have 2 points that lie on the line, and I can use whichever one I want. I think I'll go with the first one. So that y is 13 equals -5 times the x that goes with that, -2, and I don't know what my b is. So 13 equals 10 plus b. So my y-intercept is 3. And now I can plug those in to get the equation of the line. Y equals -5x, because -5 was my slope, plus 3, and that's my b. So here I have a couple practice problems for you, so I'd like you to stop the video and do these 3 problems in your math journal. Here are the first 2, and here is the third one. Okay, let's take a look at these practice problems. The first one says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of, oops, can't see that, 5/7 and a y-intercept of 8. So my slope is my m, that's 5/7. My y-intercept is -8. And I can just plug those in to y equals m x plus b. And remember, instead of doing plus a -8, I can do -8. So that one's just a matter of plugging in your values for m and b. Second example says, or second practice problem says, write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that has a slope of negative 3 over 2 and passes through the point negative 4, 12. So in this case, I don't know the y-intercept, but I do have the slope and I do have a point on the line. So I'm going to go ahead and use that to help me find my b, my y-intercept. So I know that when y is 12 and I have a slope of negative 3 over 2, my x is negative 4 and I need to find my b. So 12 is equal to, that's going to give me 12 over 2, which is 6, plus b. So my y-intercept is 6. And the equation of the line is going to be y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 6. And the last practice problem gives me 2 points. It says write the equation of a line in slope-intercept form that passes through the points negative 4, 12 and 8, 9. In this case, I don't have the slope or the y-intercept, but I can find the slope by doing 9 minus 12 over 8 minus a negative 4. So that's going to give me negative 3 over 12. Reducing that gives me a slope of negative 1/4. And then I can use either point. I think I'll go ahead and use this one here. And plugging that into y equals mx plus b, I have 9 equals negative 1/4 times 8 plus b, or 9 equals negative 2 plus b, and adding 2 to both sides, b is equal to 11. So my equation is going to be y equals negative 1/4 x plus 11. In this video, we took a look at how to write a linear equation in slope-intercept form and saw how to do that if you were given the slope and the y-intercept, the slope and a point on the line, or if you weren't given the slope, how to find the slope if you were given 2 points.